Forums are an important tool used in many online and blended courses, but its success is dependent on many factors ranging from student engagement to overall design of the forum questions. The key starting point is to make sure that there is at least one core student learning outcome in your course that relates to demonstrating effective peer communication or collaboration. This gives you a firm justification requiring your students to read and respond to each other's work. Try to use open-ended questions that are not easily answered with a yes or a no. In fact, a good best practice is to require both the initial post as well as any responses to cite or make connections to outside sources. The common requirement in many forum discussions is for students to do an initial post followed by a response to their peers. Make sure to clearly set one date for the initial post and a second date a few days later for the follow-up and response posts. This way, you are more likely to avoid students writing both the initial posts and the responses in the last minute. Another key feature in successful forums is when the instructor participates in the discussion as a participant, not just as an evaluator. Model good discussions for your students. One key issue in Sakai is how to assess your forums. It's not uncommon for a discussion forum to have more than 100 messages, so it's essential to have a strategy, and it's difficult to keep up sometimes in an active environment. Sakai provides some useful tools in helping you assess your forums. Among these is statistics. When you go to statistics, you first see all the posts that were authored, read, and unread. This is useful in showing overall activity, but be careful. Just because a student authors a lot of posts does not mean that those posts are of good quality. From this screen, click on any of the students' names and you will see a report of all their posts in the course. From here you have three options. You can view the individual post, display that post in a thread, or show the full text of the authored messages. This allows you to quickly and easily look through all the posts by an individual student. At this point, it's important to say a few words about rubrics. Having a good rubric and knowing beforehand exactly what you're looking for is instrumental in effectively assessing your discussion forums. This is an example of a simple rubric that provides a 4-point scale and groups several key points into one dimension. The rubric this simple might be useful for a discussion that's not weighted heavily, but generally, students will appreciate more detail. Here's a slightly more useful rubric that again grades on a 4-point scale, but separates them into 3 categories, making sure that all the posts are on topic, posted on time, and contain citations. This third example allows a similar pattern, but breaks out additional categories such as frequency and contribution quality. Rubrics are excellent tools for establishing quality standards and expectations in your design forums. Thank you for your time. Now go and have some great discussions.